I need to turn this team of all common players into an all diamond team. So I'm going to be using this wheel with all 30 Major League Baseball teams on it to build my ranked seasons team today. Are there any other wheels you want to see? Maybe a position wheel, maybe an overall wheel, maybe an attribute wheel, power, speed, something like that. Any other ideas you might want to see, feel free to leave them in the comment section. As always, if y'all enjoy the videos, let me know by dropping a like. You can subscribe for daily uploads on the channel. And before we hop into the team building, the gameplay, I just wanted to say thank you for y'all continuing to show up for the daily uploads. I just want to let you know I'm never taking it for granted. I'm literally grateful for y'all every single day. I've been daily uploading for over 6.5 years now, since 2017. It's actually crazy how fast the time's gone. And there's over 1,000 of y'all that seem to show up and watch the videos every single day. I realize I'm maybe not the biggest MLB The Show YouTuber by any means or anything like that, but the fact that there's literally over 1,000 of y'all that continue to show up and watch the videos every day, like, that's just crazy when you really think about it. That is thousands of real people every single day, and that's just crazy to me. I'm grateful for y'all. I want to be here without y'all, and I appreciate it. Just thank you for continuing to show up, show love, and support and watch the daily videos. I truly do appreciate it. Now, I don't have a specific order that I'm gonna go in. I think I want to start with my second baseman, but I want to mix and match, do some position players, some pitchers. So right now the wheel's spinning, and whatever team it lands on, we'll have to choose a card from that team to be my second baseman, and it's gonna be the Nationals. So I've got the filter selected to Nationals players only. And primary second baseman, we got 94 overall, Luis Garcia. If I'm going secondaries, though, we could get the finest CJ Abrams in here. So I think for me, I'm not sure if I've used this card. No, I haven't. It's going to be CJ Abrams making his debut in his secondary position at second base. Next up, I'm going to choose a starting pitcher, see what team this is going to be from. If y'all maybe the next time I do this want me to only do primary positions, that's something we could always get going as well, but I figure secondaries should be fine. My first starting pitcher today is going to come from the Brewers. I already have an idea of who I'm choosing. So we've got the Brewers selected, and one of my favorite pitchers last year. I'm liking his finest card this year. We can see his ERA not quite where I want it to be, but he's also been pitching in max elevation ballparks. Corbin Burns is going to be my first starting pitcher today, except I just realized he's out of energy. And now it's time for a bullpen arm. Let's see where our first reliever is going to come from. What team we'll be getting a relief pitcher from. We've had the Nationals, we've had the Brewers, and now I thought it was going to be Nationals, but it's going to be from the Royals. I don't even know who my options are going to be. There is a 99, and then the second option would be an 89, and then they go all the way down to a bronze. That's kind of crazy. But we're going to get James McArthur. I'm liking how the pitch selection looks. Max hits per 9. I apparently have used this card for 1 inning. Hasn't allowed a run. So we're going to get him a go. And he's my first reliever today. Now I think we're going to do the left fielder. Our first outfielder of the day. I kind of want to do my last position player as either a center fielder or maybe even the DH. And just like that, we're on the Brewers again. I'm thinking I might need to randomize the wheel before the next spin. So let's see what options the Brewers have for us here. We could go with the juicer, Ryan Braun. Taking a look at secondaries, they do have a Tyrone Taylor. I haven't really used Ryan Braun cards this year. I think he might be a new legend this year. I don't think he was in the game last year. And I haven't used his 97 snapshot series. Still kind of blows my mind that they did 97s for Team Affinity, but that's besides the point. I'm going to go with Ryan Braun as my left fielder today. Now it's time for another starting pitcher. You might have noticed I did change up the wheel a little bit, just randomize the order that the teams were in. It kept seeming like it was kind of landing on the same area of the wheel. Our second starting pitcher comes from the Red Sox. I want to say maybe there should be a Chris Sale option. We could go 97 Babe Ruth. I'm not sure if I've used this card. No. Wait, I have not used Babe Ruth yet this year. So maybe I would go Nick Pivetta because the higher overall, but I have not used the snapshot series of Babe Ruth. and he actually has some hitting attributes. I wonder if we could find a way to get him into the lineup too, but right now he's going to be our second starting pitcher in this rotation. And I kind of like the order we're going in: position player, starting pitcher, reliever. I always have more fun choosing the position players than I do the pitchers, but our second reliever is coming from the Padres. And I'm completely drawing a blank on who we might see. Trevor Hoffman, I guess that makes sense. Josh Hader, 85. Is there a 99 or a really good version of Josh Hader available for season 5 that maybe I'm just missing? Trevor Hoffman, I haven't used this card either. I don't think I really used too many of these snapshot series cards. A brand new series for MLB 23, and maybe we'll get Trevor Hoffman in the ranked game today. So now back to position players. I'm gonna choose my third baseman right here. I'm kind of hoping maybe we could see, I guess, the Rockies, because that's where Nolan Arenado's awards card would come from, but it's going to be the Angels for our third baseman. The guy that pops into my head is maybe Troy Gloss. Let's see the options we have, and yeah, literally, Troy Gloss, 99 overall. The second highest would be Anthony Rendon. If I want to take a look at secondaries, they do have Luis right here, but I'm choosing the 99 overall World Series MVP, who actually has a lot of power, some really good hitting attributes. This Troy Gloss card. We have one homer with the card. Maybe he'll hit his second today. So now we're choosing our third starting pitcher. At this point in time, I think the starter, the first pitcher I used today, might end up being that snapshot Babe Ruth, but I also kind of want to try to get him in at bats. And we're going to be choosing somebody from the Rays. I wonder if Tyler Glasnow will be on the Rays in the 2024 season. And this is one of the things with these sets and seasons. I don't know the cards that are going to be available because they're always changing it. Speaking of Tyler Glasnow, we do have him right here. He's actually the highest of our two options. And it looks like we're choosing the Rays team captain for season 5. Tyler Glasnow as my third starting pitcher. And now we are back to the bullpen. I'm hoping we can get a nice mix of righties and lefties in the pen. When I do team builds, I usually like to use a pitcher for about an inning, try to get 9 or 10 pitchers in the game at least. White Sox will be our next reliever. And let's see what our options are for season 5. The highest overall from the White Sox is this 84 Goose Gossage. We could of course go with the live series Liam Hendricks, but I like Goose Gossage cards. 98 hits per 9 for gold with 94 velo. I'm surprised it's not a bit higher. I'm gonna go with Goose Gossage, our third righty reliever, our third reliever. And now I'm staying on the infield a bit. We're choosing our catcher for today. I don't really know who I want as an option. I would love to see that Yasmani Grandal card, but I kind of want to use cards that I'm not used to using. Our catcher's coming from the Cubs. So what will the highest overall be right here? 78 on the primaries, and there are no secondaries. So my catcher today is a silver 78 overall Yan Gomes. Wow, I love the sets and seasons. I didn't really think about how fast the starting rotation would be filled compared to everything else. We have 3 of our 5 starters. Starter number 4 will be coming from the Diamondbacks. Is there a Randy Johnson that I could use? Let's see what our options are. And there's a Robbie Ray, a Zach Gallen, a Patrick Corbin. Wait, and there's Merrill Kelly and Brandon Pfaadt. There's actually so many options right here for the Diamondbacks. So Robbie Ray, he's parallel 1. I've used him. He's done pretty good. Zach Gallen, I've used him a little bit. He hasn't done very good for me. But again, these are pretty small sample sizes. A lot of people love using this Patrick Corbin card. He's been good in the little amount of time that I've used him. But I've had a handful of comments of people asking me to use this card in a video. I've never even used this card this year. So because I've had a lot of people asking, because we landed on the Diamondbacks, Brandon Pfaadt, however you want to pronounce it. I'm pretty sure y'all let me know it was Pfaadt and not Fat. He'll be our 4th starting pitcher today, which means it's also time to get our 4th reliever of the day. And I'm also realizing we're going to have to choose 4 bench slots today too. And our next reliever is coming from the Diamondbacks. Maybe I'm going to have to shuffle the wheel again. I don't even think I need to change the filter. Yeah, we're already on the Diamondbacks. I really like this Kevin Ginkel card, but I also want to use guys that I'm not really using. So let me check the pitch selection. That's looking pretty good right there. Paul Sewald, only 3 pitches. And then Ryan Thompson, 3 pitches. I think I'm going to go with the set 5 card, Ryan Nelson right here, and just see how that goes. Also, my doctor's calling me. 1 second. Sorry, I got kind of distracted. I know for y'all it was probably only a split second, but my doctor called. I'm just trying to get insurance figured out. I have to have a new insurance plan by December 15th. If y'all didn't know, I have Crohn's disease, and the insurance that I currently have just isn't willing to cover what I need to feel good and be healthy, get to remission, things like that. And I'm just kind of trying to figure out what insurance will hopefully be able to cover and not be difficult to work with while I'm trying to get my Crohn's under control. But now we're back to choosing players. I think it's going to be the right fielder that we're choosing right now. I muted the site, but now I don't like not hearing the wheel, but an advertisement just kept playing our right fielders coming from the Rangers. I gotta think that there's a pretty good option from the world champion Texas Rangers. Adolis Garcia, max power versus each side. There's also some options on the secondaries, but I think I'm gonna go with this Adolis Garcia. I've used him a little bit in the event. Let's see how he does in a ranked seasons game. Now we'll be choosing our 5th and final starting pitcher. Let's see what the end of our rotation is going to be like for this ranked seasons game today. Coming from the Athletics, I have no idea who our options could even be. And speaking of the Athletics, I think they are officially moving to Las Vegas, which unfortunately, you know, for people in Oakland, sucks for them, but hopefully they have a little bit better of ownership and everything like that in Vegas. I'm interested to see overall how that move goes. And I did not realize that this Catfish Hunter card, I forgot that he's from the A's. I think we just used him in the last few days for a video, and I guess he's gonna finish off our rotation. Now it's time for our 5th bullpen guy. We have 4 righties. I'm really hoping it's maybe time we start seeing some left-handed options for the bullpen. This is going to be coming from the Dodgers. And just right away, based on experience, I want Brewstar or Kenley, but I forgot about Eric Gagne. There's also Evan Phillips. There's not really any left-handed options, at least on this page right here. I don't think I've really used, I actually haven't used this Evan Phillips. He looks good. 99 velo, break, max hits per 9, and pitching clutch. I like the pitch selection. Has anyone used this Evan Phillips card? Maybe we'll get him in our game today. Now it's time to choose our first baseman. I did shuffle the wheel around a little bit more. It seemed like it was kind of landing on the same areas again and again, at least a little bit. Our first baseman will be coming from the Orioles. Let's see what my options are here. Again, you know, sets and seasons make me always confused. And Eddie Murray. I love to see that. Eddie Murray, ever since MLB The Show 16, when I was doing the MVP series with some guys like Mighty Goat, Giraffe Neck Mark, to name a couple of them, Eddie Murray, since that series, has been one of my favorite cards to use, one of my favorite legends in MLB The Show. I haven't really used this set 5 version, but when I have, he's done pretty good. I'm hoping he could do good as my first baseman today. I love that we're getting Eddie Murray right there. And because I've finished the starting rotation, I think I'm going to choose a bench player before we choose our next bullpen guy. So this will be a little bit weird. Maybe I need to think about what positions I have left, but my first bench player is coming from the Royals. It's still crazy to me that it took this long for us to get a 99 overall George Brett. I think I want to use this finest Bobby Witt Jr. He's got 99 speed, so off the bench, he could always be a pinch runner. And I'm starting to wonder, as we're choosing our 3rd to last reliever slot, I'm starting to wonder, are we ever going to get a left-handed reliever? Maybe I should be shuffling the wheel after each spin. This guy's coming from the Royals. Oh yeah, I don't even have to change the filter. And we get to choose. Oh man, it's a tough choice. Do I want a common, one of the 2 bronzes, or the 89 overall Greg Holland? That was such a hard decision. I don't know if I want to choose the center fielder or the designated hitter last for my position players. Right now, I'm choosing the shortstop. I don't know if I changed the wheel around, but the shortstop's coming from the Rockies. Is there a Trevor Story that I could use? There is, and if you've been watching the ranked videos the last few days, someone actually used this Trevor Story against me, and they had, I think, over a 400 batting average online with this 89 Trevor Story. So now we're back to the bench. I'm kind of thinking I want to choose 2 bench players before I choose the next position player. The first bench player will be coming from the Cardinals. Is that the first time we've landed on my favorite team today? I've been wanting to build an all-time Cardinals team. There's a lot of options that we could choose right here. I'm seeing this Adam Wainwright. Oh man, yeah. I'm going with the Adam Wainwright card. There's a lot of good options, a lot of guys that I would love to choose, but off of the bench, max power versus right-handed pitching, give me this Adam Wainwright card on my bench today. And I'm gonna call it right now, this will be where I get my first lefty reliever. We got 2 slots left in the bullpen that we need to fill. The wheel Phil the wheel is lagging a little bit. Let's choose somebody from the Orioles. I think there's more bird teams than I realized in professional sports. Who do I want? Wow, this is hard, honestly. I love Felix Bautista, but I need the lefty. Zach Britton, one of my favorite relievers every year in MLB The Show. Give me this signature series version of him as our first lefty in the pen. And before I choose my designated hitter for the day, I'm gonna choose my third bench player for the day. Let's see what team he's gonna come from. Our bench so far is looking pretty good. We got Wayno on there, and we get somebody from the Marlins. Let's see the options here from the Marlins. Oh, I love Stanton. I love Josh Bell. Jake Berger. I don't think I've used this card, but he's got max power versus each side. We have the cover athlete for the year, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Man, I'm doing team builds, and I like these videos because it makes me use cards that I'm not normally using. Stanton, I got him parallel 3. Josh Bell, I got him parallel 3. Jake Berger, I've never used, but he has max power versus each side. I know the vision's a little bit lower, but I'm going to put this finest Jake Berger on my bench. And now we're choosing our designated hitter for the day. I think my last position player, the last wheel spin of the day, will be where I choose my center fielder. Our DH is coming from the Brewers. Do I have a 99 Christian Yelich that I could use? I want to say that there's maybe a Yelich from one of those programs, a signature series, but I don't think I have that card. Let's see what we have available. There's a Paul Molitor. I'm not sure if there's a 99 Prince Fielder for use right now that maybe I just don't have. And do I want Willy Adames or Paul Molitor as my DH today? I've never used this Willy Adames card. Paul Molitor, I've used a little bit, and he actually has a couple homers. Oh, wait a minute. This is hard because there's a card I've never used, but I kind of want to give Paul Molitor a try, see how he feels today. He'll be my designated hitter. And our final bullpen slot of the day. I really hope we could get just one more left-handed pitcher in the bullpen, but at least we got one. We got Zach Britton, and we're going to get a reliever from the Red Sox. I really don't know my options right here. 94 overall, Garrett Whitlock. There's also this 89 Nathan Eovaldi, or we got some golds before we get into silver bronze territory. But let's choose the finest from MLB The Show. I think that says 21. It's a little bit small on my screen right now. But Garrett Whitlock is rounding off our bullpen. It's time to choose the final bench slot of the day. I don't really have any teams that I'm hoping to see. I would love to see the Cardinals pop up one more time. That always would be pretty nice. But we get somebody from the Cubs. I can think of the finest Cody Bellinger off the top of my head. And wait, there's a lot more options available than I thought. I haven't used Sammy Sosa in a long time, but this has been one of my favorite cards the entire year. I maybe should think about bringing him back for ranked seasons. We have the finest Cody Bellinger, who I really haven't used too much, only 7 at-bats. I would always love to get some more with him. Andre Dawson, I haven't used this card yet, but he's a 3-4, maybe even higher, 100,000 stub card. There's a lot of guys to choose from. I have 3 righties on the bench, And for that reason, I think I want to choose a lefty. And instead of Billy Williams, I want to maybe give Cody Bellinger a chance. Maybe he'll get a pinch hit opportunity today. And the final spot on this team that we need to fill is going to be a center fielder. I'm personally hoping we see the Angels right here, but no matter who it is, I think it's going to be fun to choose somebody from that team. We'll get a center fielder from the Marlins. Is the Jazz finest a center field primary? He is. Actually, Jazz is the only center fielder card for the Marlins, at least primary, that we could have. There are some secondaries here, but I'm going to go with the finest Jazz Chisholm as my center fielder today. He's 1 for 4 for me. That one is a home run. Maybe he'll hit another one here today. And this is what the team is looking like. This is what the wheel turned that all-common team into. It's really not looking too bad. And for the lineup today, we got Adolis Garcia leading off, followed by Jazz, then the retro finest Eddie Murray, Troy Gloss in the cleanup spot, then finest CJ Abrams, the retro finest Paul Molitor, another Brewer Ryan Braun, Trevor Story, and then Yan Gomes in the number 9 spot. I'm thinking if I want to replace any of the position players with bench players, that these cards that I might replace will probably need to have 1 or 2 at-bats before we would even get the bench guys on the team. We're the home team, so I'm pitching first. I decided to go with that Babe Ruth card as my starting pitcher. I'm facing Robbie Ray. Not sure if we'll be able to get Babe Ruth in at bat, but at least we could see how he does on the mound. And that's 3 pitches, and Babe Ruth already got his first strikeout. And then the very next pitch, we'll get out number 2. He's 1 out away from a perfect first inning. I think I want to try to give every pitcher 1 inning of work today. So just the second inning, we would see a new pitcher. The third inning, we would see a new one. And just try to get as many of the wheels selections a chance to play in this game as possible. And that's a perfect first inning for Babe Ruth. Wait a minute. Even though he's a 97, that card actually felt pretty good. Adolis Garcia swinging at the second pitch of the game. Got good timing, which is always nice, but he's just grounding out for out number 1. And I'm pretty sure this finest Jazz card is not good versus lefties. Only 87 contact with 77 vision on the card, but he's the first base runner of the game. Just like that, my opponent's perfect game and no hitter are gone. And now it's one of my favorite legends ever in MLB The Show, Eddie Murray, who's making it back-to-back singles off of Robbie Ray. And then my cleanup hitter, Troy Gloss, needs to clean up his act. He's striking out for out number 2. CJ Abrams, the lefty, is my final hope here. 92 clutch on the card, 92 power versus left-handed pitching. And if we had good timing, that might have been a home run. And now it's a full count with 2 outs. The runners will be going on the pitch. And it's ball 4 to CJ Abrams. The bases are loaded with 2 outs in the first for Paul Molitor. And he's got, wait, the stats I was looking at were for offline play. I've never used this card online. His homers were against the CPU. And Paul Molitor, get down. It's into the gap. Okay, so maybe this Paul Molitor is actually glitchy. It's a bases clearing double. Just like that, we're winning 3-0 in the first. All hail the magic wheel. And the juicer is juicing up. There's needles all over the locker room because Ryan Braun sends that out of here. A 2-run home run makes it 5-0. He's juicing. His teammate Paul Molitor maybe was sneaking in some juice before the game too. And Trevor Story just misses that good timing, but didn't move the PCI. After 1, we've got a 5-0 lead. Thank you, Ryan Braun. Babe Ruth was on our mound for the first inning. It's time to go to a new pitcher. And it's going to be my first time using this Brandon Pfaadt card. Now, I'm kind of scared because my opponent has a couple lefties and a switch hitter due up in the inning, but we're going to do our best to keep the lead where it's at. Schwarber to Story. The dive not quite there. It's a leadoff single to start the second. Lindor grounds to Story. Is it a slow turn? No, we got the double play even with 80 speed. Recently, my defense has just been turning double plays pretty slow. It's been hard to get anybody with like 40 or 50 speed or higher to grind into a double play, but just like that, the hits erased, and Brandon Pfaadt's 1 out away from a 1-2-3 second inning. And this card actually seems kind of nasty. Those breaking balls break. I've got some good news and some bad news. The bad news, that's where the gameplay ends. The good news is there was a chance that y'all would never even see this video. Before I put it on YouTube, I accidentally permanently deleted the files for the video. And I thought they were going to be lost forever. I went to go export the video so I could upload it to YouTube, and I realized that earlier today I had deleted the files when I didn't mean to. I meant to save the ones that went with this video, and after, you know, a few stressful hours having to download recovery programs, I was able to get pretty much the entire video, no issues, like I had never deleted the footage. Now the gameplay, no gameplay audio, you might have noticed that got lost because the file for the gameplay ended up being corrupted, but we were able to get the footage, the microphone from it, and I'm thankful for technology. I'm thankful for these programs that I was able to pretty much get this video exactly how it was, because I thought it was going to be gone forever. I was scrambling, stressing. I thought I was going to have to figure out an entirely new video for today, and I also spilled a whole bunch of protein shake stuff in one of my trash cans. Like, it was a really stressful last little bit, but we were able to get this video. I hope y'all did enjoy it, and the gameplay ended right there anyways. The file got cut off a little bit before, so we didn't get to see the rating go up or anything like that, but I think my opponent ended up quitting after that last down anyways. I didn't have any more at-bats or anything like that, and I was just kind of talking about at the end of the footage, like, hey, you know, I'm sorry that the gameplay's a little bit shorter. When I've done these wheeled team build videos in the past, most people, like over 70 or 80% of the people, stopped watching once the team was done being built anyways. So I just wanted to see if there was interest in the gameplay. If there is, in the future, maybe I'll play until we lose with the team or something like that. But I'm just sitting here thankful that after the last few hours, after downloading these recovery programs, having the team build footage be recovered fine, and then the gameplay being corrupt, I'm just happy I was able to get it all together and pretty much have the exact same video that was supposed to go up today anyways, because I want to get the video uploaded so it would be ready for y'all to see today. And then I realized when I deleted some other files earlier today, I accidentally deleted the files for this video permanently, or so I thought, and I had not put it on YouTube yet. So I'm just grateful that I was able to get practically 90-95% of the video exactly how it was, just missing a little bit of gameplay audio. And I think I was just kind of wrapping up, you know, some of the footage that didn't get recovered that was part of that corrupt gameplay file. I think I was just saying, hey, in the future, we can maybe do another team build like this and play till I lose if y'all felt like the gameplay was way too short. But as always, if y'all enjoy it, let me know by dropping a like. Feel free to subscribe for daily uploads, and you might enjoy one of these that's on screen. But oh man, what a stressful last few hours, and I'm so thankful that I was able to end up pretty much getting the same video for you guys today. But I hope y'all enjoyed it. Hope you have a great rest of your day, a great weekend. I'll see you in tomorrow's video, or maybe one of these on screen or another on the channel. Hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. Peace out.